Hey friends, it's me Stace. Today we're making a card for Kokorosa Studio, and this is the card we're making. There's the front of the card, and then we have the inside as well. Alright, so to get started for the card, you will need a piece of cardstock for the base of the card. This piece is 4 1/4 by 11. You want to score it in the center at 5 1/2. You'll need 3 pieces of white. One is 4 by 5 1/4. The other one is 3 3/4 by 5. Then we have 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. 2 pieces of black. This one is 4 by 5 1/4, and this one is 2 3/4 by 4. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my 2 white pieces and set the other ones aside. I'm going to go ahead and fold that on the score mark, and then take my bone folder and give it a good crease so the card will lay flat for us. And the card opens up like a calendar, top to bottom, so we can set that piece aside. On this one, I'm going to do some stamping. So I have my smaller piece, 3 3/4 by 5, and what I want to do, if you can see, I want to create that background there. And we're using 2 from Kokorosa Studio today. We're using the bunch of lemons frame, it looks like that, and the dragonfly clear stamp. I'll be using the Get Well Soon as well as the dragonfly. So I have my dragonfly on my block. I'm going to grab my green parakeet ink that matches my green color. Ink that up. And I want to stamp this only on the outside area of this white piece and just the wings. I think that way it looks like, if you can see that, it looks like leaves versus a dragonfly. I thought the leaves would be perfect for the lemon. So I'm going to keep on going all the way around, trying to stamp the head part of the dragonfly. It doesn't need to stamp perfectly, that's fine. Okay, I'll do one here. Do some this way, and then one more. Should be right there in the front, right there in the middle. Okay, that's what that looks like. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to stamp my greeting. For that, I'm using the VersaFine black ink, and it's from the same stamp set. And it says Get Well Soon. I'm going to grab that and bring in my foam piece here. Now I'm going to stamp this toward the very bottom. So I'm going to bring this to me so I can get my head over it so I can see it. And at the very bottom, we're going to stamp the Get Well Soon. Okay, that is done. Alright, so we're done with the black ink. We can close that. Let's go back to our green ink and our dragonfly again. And this is the other piece of white, 4 by 5 1/4. I want to do the same thing, just stamp the wings of the dragonfly in the lower right hand corner. Alright, so we are done with our stamping. Now we can work on our lemons. Alright, so we have this piece here, and I have a piece of green. I'm going to bring in my Big Shot, my manual platform, the acrylic plate, put my green on top, put this through. I'm going to bring that over there, and we're going to run this through. Alrighty. Go ahead and take all that off of there, and then what I'm going to do is grab my pokey tool, poke out the center pieces here. We don't need them. And I find it easier to poke in all the holes first. Just poke all the holes, and then we're going to peel it up from the bottom versus the top. Alright, so get to my bottom, get my finger under there. I find by pulling it this way, it's less likely to tear because we're going up versus down. But you want to go slow. It is pretty intricate here. But it does cut beautifully. Okay, so there's the green layer. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow. And the yellow, I do want to cut it out twice. So I'm going to bring it over there first, run it through. Okay, and then let's grab it there. Again, peel it all off. Get rid of the inner pieces right there. We don't need them. And this one, all I want from here is the lemons, but I'm still going to do the same thing. Poke all the holes first. And then pull it from the bottom. Again, nice and slow. Alright, so there's one yellow, one more to go. Now if you want to, you can always cut this out with white cardstock and color that in if you wanted to. Okay, we are all done with all that stuff. Set all that aside. And our last one here. Again, poke out the inner pieces first. And then just go ahead and poke in all the holes. That does help release the cardstock from the die. Okay, and then our last one right there on the bottom. Give it a good poke, and then we'll pull it up. Okay, so we're done with that. That was easy enough, right? All right, so I have that. Now what I want to do on one of these, I do want a sponge. So I'm going to bring in my lemon tart ink. It's the same color cardstock I'm using as well. And I have just a kitchen sponge. I cut it, wet it, wrung it out really well. I'm going to use this just to kind of give the lemons a little bit of color. Not a whole lot, just a little bit of something, okay? All right, we're done with that. Let's go ahead and set all that aside. All right, now what I want to do is line these up together, and I'm going to cut just the lemons out. Okay, so get them lined up the best you can, okay? All right, take your scissors. I'm going to go ahead and cut off this whole top section and this whole bottom section. All right, so now I have just the lemons. Now you want to, when you're cutting these out, you want to make sure you kind of round them out a little bit so it's not so flat or a straight line. I'm going to cut this one more rounded. Okay, and then this one I'm going to flip over and cut it that way toward the other lemon. Like that. Okay, let me clean up my mess here. Alright, so now I have my two lemon pieces. This one might need a little bit of work there. Okay, this will be my top because that's the one I sponged. Let's go ahead and grab our leaves. Now what I want to do here is separate this leaf from that one. Okay, just cut it. I'm going to take my bone folder very carefully and just kind of fold up them leaves a little bit. That way it gives the leaves a little bit of life and dimension, so they're not so flat. Okay, I'm going to grab my art glitter glue, and I'm going to glue the one I stamped. Actually, I'm going to glue this one to the green one. So put some glue on that. Bring this over. And I find if I don't line it up perfectly, like I could see there's some of the green, just go behind that and cut some of the green off. It's only a lemon, right? Nobody will know. Okay. All right, now this one I do want to pop up. So I'm going to grab 3 foam squares, and 1 for each lemon. Okay, give them a squish. Take the backing off of those. It's a really easy card and really, really pretty. I was really happy with the card when it was done. Alright. Alright, so there is our lemons. Now we can go ahead and assemble our card. So I have the card base here, and I have all my pieces here. I first had this just on like this. I didn't like it. I thought it needed some black on there, so that's why I went ahead and added this black layer. Let's go and glue the black layer down to the front. And I'm using my advanced tape grinder. Alright, and get that on the front of the card, centered, straight, all that good stuff. Then this piece that we stamped, that'll go on next. Okay, get that on there straight. Alright, then we have our black layer. Will go on there as well. Just to kind of break it. It just breaks up that yellow. It makes the white, I think, pop even more. And you can have this go on here if you want to on an angle. I'm going to go straight. Or we're going to try to go straight, right? Okay, and then our white layer will go right on top of that one. Now normally I would pop this layer up, but we already have dimension with our lemons, so that's why I'm leaving this part down. Okay, now for this one, we're going to glue. I'm going to glue just my lemons. And come down toward the bottom. That way the leaves will stay popped up. We won't lose the dimension that we gave them. How pretty, right? It's such a pretty card. The lemons are so cute, right? All right, so there we have that one. Now last is just the inside. And we already stamped that one as well. That's good to go. I have a card kit for you. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, this will go at the very bottom, all right, in the center rather. Okay, it looks pretty good. What do you think? Isn't that a pretty card? So there's that one there, and I have a card kit. So the card kit includes all the pieces that you would need to make the same exact card. I did give you one green layer. I gave you 2 yellow layers, so if you want to pop it up like I did on this one, you can do that. I also gave you 2 white layers, so if you want to just color them in, you can do that as well. Color the one green, color the other one yellow, and you would have your dimension just like it is here. And you also, so you have the card, all the callable pieces with an envelope. Then you have the finished card as well with an envelope as well. So you can have a card all ready to go, and also a friend of one to make as well. So to win the card kit, leave me a comment below with a lemon emoji, and I'll announce a winner this coming Saturday. So if you do enter in the card kit drawing, make sure you watch this coming Saturday's video to see if you are the winner. But any questions, my friends, please let me know. Again, there is the card. I think it is absolutely so pretty. Such a pretty card. I love the yellow. I love yellow and green together. I like the way the black makes all the white pop. But you'll see, I'll have all this on my blog as well, and I will have the stamps that I use as well as the frame that I use listed below as well with my coupon code. Any questions, my friends, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.